Hey folks, we're taking a look at the Cooler Master based build again. Last time you saw it had a Pentium 4 based build in it. It does not anymore. I have completely changed that around so that it's a much more useful machine. So, what have I done? I've put a socket 1156 build in here. So let's check it out. I'm also in the process of dismantling this whole table because I'm going to get new windows in my place pretty soon. So I figure I might as well make this video before that happens. So here you have it. I changed out the power supply for an Ultra LSP 550 from like 8 years ago. It's a 550 watt power supply. The board is a board you guys might know well. It's an ASUS H55 based motherboard, and it has a Xeon X3440 in it with a nice Dynatron cooler on it. I've put, I forget how much RAM that is. That might be, it's either 8 or 16. We'll find out when I turn the thing on. For a graphics card, I'm using an AMD Radeon R7 370 2 gig card. And for hard drives, I have, looks like I have 2 hard drives in here. I've got whatever this one is, and then a Seagate up there, 160. So I almost forget what I put in here. I changed out the back fan. That Dynex one was loud and annoying, so I put this cheap and generic Max Cube fan in there. There's also a fan in the front that I plugged in as well. So there is that. Okay, so let's turn this thing on and see what it's made of. Of course, before that, I should probably plug in the mouse. Hold on. Alright. Got everything plugged in. Let's turn her on, shall we? Blue LED fan, which allows you to see everything in there a little bit better. Cable management is atrocious as usual because I don't care. There's the model of the motherboard. Oh. I was able to use the IDE on this motherboard for the 2 drives in the front and the floppy drive as well. With his the motherboard has a floppy connector, so I was able to use that as well. So, got the 2 optical drives that were originally in the case and the floppy drive working with this as well. So hopefully the BIOS on this machine is a little bit more revealing than just, well, I've got all this stuff going on. Alright, it's a Xeon X3440 at 2.53 gigahertz. It's a pretty good chip, actually. It's it's the first in that series that's hyper-threaded, so it's quad hyper-thread, I think, which is kind of nice. It's a low clock speed, but I don't need clock speed for what I would do with this computer anyway. So I have a Hitachi drive in here and a Seagate drive. I forget why I put 2 drives in here, to be honest. We'll have to find that out when we power it up. It's been a while since I've actually had this machine turned on. Alright, let's boot it up and take a look at it. If this video seems rushed, it kind of is, because I need to dismantle this table. But I figured I'd show you this before I put it away for a while. It's got a J Micron controller for the IDE and the floppy, I think. Ah, it's got Debian on it. That's right. And of course, it's booting from a hard drive and not an SSD, so it will take its time to do so. As you can see by the hard drive light just being on. However, once it's booted up, it's great. There we go. Let me log in here. I got a knock on the door from a delivery man who delivered a package that I'm not sure I need, but we'll see. Anyway, I have KDE up here, so let's go look for Gparted. Let's see what I did with these drives. Okay. doing its thing. Come on. Come on. Okay. What did I do with the other drive then? Oh, I haven't used it. Okay. I just put the drive in there for the heck of it. Okay, so I'm just using this 1 terabyte drive for everything on this computer. So, as you can see, it's pretty zippy and pretty fast. Let's open Firefox just to show it. Takes a little while on a hard drive, as some of you guys might remember. Wow. About that. But yeah, Firefox works. Let's see how much RAM I have in here. I think I installed NeoFetch. I can't remember. Takes a while just to close Firefox. Alright, NeoFetch. Oh, I don't have it installed. Well, let's install it. Sudo. Sudo, not sudo. Jeez. Typing is not my forte right today for whatever reason. Oh well. Alright. Install. Alright, now we can take a look at this. Wow, I put a full 16 gigs of RAM in here. Jeez. Well, there you have it. It's running Debian 9.6 stretch, of course. KDE is the DE that I'm using, the desktop environment. Breeze Dark is the theme. The processor is an X3440 Xeon. And of course it gets the GPU right, an R7 370, 2 gig. And I have 16 gigs of memory in this machine. So essentially I've upgraded this to a usable machine at this point. So it has a bunch of cores in it. We can take a look at that in KSysGuard. There you go. Look at all those cores. You've got, it's quad-core hyper-threaded. Cool. So this is now a usable computer, a much more usable computer than it was with that Pentium 4 in it. And that was sort of the idea with this case in the first place. I didn't really care what was in it. I just wanted to put one of my builds in it. And I decided that this ASUS motherboard with the Xeon in it was a good idea. This is a really good build that we can use for videos too. Like if we want to test older software or Linux distributions and whatnot. This is a good machine to use for that, as well as some of the other things I have. I also have an original Phenom-based system we can use for some even older stuff. So that was sort of the idea behind this machine. This isn't the most exciting thing in the world. I just happened to finally put the build in it that I wanted to put in it, and I wanted to show it to you. So everything, I tried to keep it as original as possible, to the point of choosing that ASUS motherboard specifically for the IDE channel and the floppy channel as well. Ooh, that sounded a bit nasty. Just a loud clack there. So as you can see, these work, and they can be used in Linux now. So I could rip a DVD or something with it if I wanted to. This machine's definitely capable of doing that. I could probably use this as a streaming PC if I wanted to, but I have another computer dedicated to that. That's a Sandy Bridge machine, so yeah, kind of neato, man. So I thought I'd show this to you before I had to dismantle this whole desk for my new Windows. So it's a good machine. It's a very good machine. Let me launch OnlyOffice to show how this machine can be productive. It's a little slow because of that hard drive. So let's go to, I don't know, document. OnlyOffice is what I use for a lot of newer Office document compatibility. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And you can get free versions for Linux, Windows, and Mac as well. And it has the ribbon interface like the newer Office ones do. I don't know if you can switch that back or not, but if you need compatibility, this is a good program to use, so that's what I tend to use for that sort of thing on Linux. I've even used it for some stuff at work, and it works pretty well. Let's see how much better the games run. I haven't installed a lot of games on here, but Open Arena should run fairly well. Especially on a GPU like this. I don't know why this is in windowed mode. That's really weird. About 1280 by 1024, thank you. Let's turn the detail and all the stuff up. Trilinear. 32-bit textures. Texture detail all the way up. Why not? Let's do 4x. There, now it's in full screen. Let's see how it looks. I can win! Oh, that texture looks so bad. But yeah, Open Arena I would expect to work pretty well. But it does. So I don't have too many games installed on here at the moment, so it's kind of hard to demonstrate all of that, but you can play, it's at least LAN party capable, you know what I mean? Like it's at that level. You could probably play Counter-Strike on this without too much of an issue. So it can be productive, it's a good internet machine. I've literally used this as a computer for a day and had no issues with it. It can do email, it can do video editing, and it can do video processing. I'm not sure if it can do streaming or not, but yeah, it's a good machine. It's a very good machine. Yeah, there you have it. That is the new Cooler Master build. After so many years of wanting this case again, finally have it back thanks to Dude in Discord, and now it's got a pretty solid build in it. I think the only way to make it more solid for the guys in Discord is to make it an X58 based system. Oh man, the guys in there are crazy about X58 and PS3s. So H55 is good enough. You know, it does what I need, so I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to leave it like that. So yeah, I figured I'd show this guys to... Wow, I can talk today. I figure I would show this to you guys before I pack it away and move all this stuff out of the way. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing the follow-up on what I did with the system, and perhaps we will use this in the future for some demonstrations of things. Anyhow, if you want to follow me on social media or you can look for me on Twitter down below, and on Reddit as well. And if you want to yammer on with us, comment section down below, or the Discord's also down below as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good one, everybody. Ciao.